It's time for high school basketball game night. Now here's your play-by-play announcers for tonight's game.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Enterprise, Alabama on the campus of Enterprise State Community College. We're here for a Alabama JUCO basketball matchup between the Bishop State Wildcats and Enterprise State Boll Weevils. And that's a travel turnover by Bishop State off the bat. So they get it down low. Bishop State bringing it down. Well, that's number 5, Lacey. He gets it up to Caves. 3 won't go. Rebounded by Cope, Daleville native. He's just right from down the road. He was doing some impressive dunks in the warm-up. I was pretty impressed. Trying to get it down low, but Bishop State doing a good job of not letting that happen. So Bishop State slowing it down, not taking any hurry. So that's a basket there by number 11, Morton. That's Chance Morton. So Cope gets it back over to Patterson, the Bullitt County native. Ooh, and a nice block right there. Those numbers are kind of hard to read, but that's number 11, Morton. So, man, just basically took it from him. So that's Caves who gets it down low to number 22, Wright, and that'll be a travel. So Patterson will bring it down. Defensive game here so far, 2-0 Bishop State. Oh, and as I say that, the Enterprise State Weevils drain a 3, so they employ a full court press. Bishop State taking it from side to side, trying to work it in the middle of the court. It's deflected, though. They get it back into the middle. Oh, that's going another way. That's McGraw. He's taking off, and he just finger rolls it in. So that's the 6'5" sophomore out of Gainesville, Florida, Mark McGraw II, with the fast break points. And it's 5-2 Boll Weevils. So Bishop State is going to want to take a timeout with 17-16 to go in the first half. So we're back after the timeout. It's 5-2 Boll Weevils lead here on their home court. Playing the Mobile-based Bishop State. Ooh, and they're up around the rim. Number 11, Morton, just works it in, so he's having a big game here so far. He's working it down on defense and offense, so nice game for him. So Cope fires up a 3. Bounces around a little bit, and it won't go. That's 5. Lacey with the rebound. So Morton gets in, but they're going to say he was fouled on the floor. So he'll be taking the ball out on the baseline. So Lacey's going to take it out. Gets it down to Morton. He puts it up and off the backboard, and that's just a nice shot there for Morton. He's looking good so far. Very impressed with him. So Patterson gets over to Cope. McGraw takes a 3. It won't go. So Caves gets the rebound. So Wright gets it over there to Caves. He'll try to put it up, but it'll be taken from him, and Patterson's off with it. And Johnson Jr. will put it up, but it'll be off. And they got numbers. Lacey with a nice shot. A lot of speed right there off the backboard. Give Bishop a 3-point lead, 8-5, 15:23 to go in the first half. So Lacey playing tight defense. Carl Johnson Jr. gets in, gets good position. Well, he'll stay with him. That was Andrews playing tight defense on him down there in the post. So we'll leave Patterson to take it out. He'll get it up high to Hamilton. The Cope back over to Johnson Jr. That's a shot clock violation. I don't think they were aware at all. I wasn't even aware, so that's the turnover. And the shame was they had a shot at it, too. So Lacey fires a pass down low, but I don't know if it mishandled it or just didn't see it. But it was off Caves, so it'll be Patterson taking it out, or taking it down, excuse me. So Cope will take a three. Just off. And Bishop State working the boards so far. They've been pretty physical down there. And Morton trying to find position. Gets it to Caves, and he knocks down a nice shot. So, yeah, Enterprise is going to want to take a timeout after they go down by 5 with 14-12 to go in the half. So Aaron Cope will take it out, give it to Patterson, the Bullitt County native. So Cope, ooh, I don't know if it was taken from him or if he tried to pass it, but it's going the other way with Lacey, and let's say he was fouled on the floor. So that's on Cope on the hold. So Lacey will take it out. They try to get him to Morton. He's been hot so far. Gets his own rebound, man. He can really jump, too. So that's 2 more for Morton. So, wow, Morton coming out so far and really playing well on both ends of the floor. Chance Morton. McGraw tries to work it. He's the big man so far, and he does. So the Gainesville, Florida native, and Cope gets a steal. It'll be Carl Johnson Jr. gets it back over to Patterson. McGraw back to Patterson. Hamilton takes the three. So it'll be Lacey back with it after he gets the rebound. So Wright faces pressure, and it's stolen by Patterson. And he gets it up to Hamilton. And Hamilton lays it up with a nice speed right there. The New Iberia, Louisiana native. So it's back to a 3-point game, 12-9. Morton in the paint. And he'll be fouled. And I think that's going to be on McGraw. Yeah, 2. Oh, no, that's on 2-2. So that's on Josh Hamilton. So we'll see Chance Morton go to the line to shoot 2. He's had a good night so far. I'll try to add on to that. Makes the first. So Bishop State will make some substitutions. Looks like they like to run a pretty deep bench. And Morton makes both. Morton in there with another block. Oh, they're going to say he fouled him. And it was very close. And Morton, man, he's all around the action at all times. He's really making it go for Bishop State right now. Even though that was a foul, it was still a pretty good play. And Cope does what nobody ever wants to do. The old free throw air ball. And Enterprise, they're going to bring in 5 substitutions. So needless to say, they definitely run a deep bench. It's a wholesale substitution. So it's 14-10. He hits the second free throw. Good to see him recover after the bad miss. So, Enterprise playing good defense, forcing a turnover, trying to make something happen. Well, that's tough defense there from number 53, Walker, denying the inbound pass. A little push off there by Hornsby, but no harm, no foul. Gets it out to Hunt. Hunt works on him a little bit, tries to get in the paint, won't go. And Wilson was working hard down there, but it was just not a good enough pass. 11:29 to go. It's 14-10 Bishop State so far. Tight ball game. Ooh, and a nice play there by Bishop State. They had a man in position. That's Chambers. Bishop State's done a nice job of working guys down low in the paint, getting them in position for easy baskets. Haven't seen them take many threes. I don't know if we've seen them take 1 3, but they're working it down low as well as any team I've seen. And they don't have much size, so that's even more impressive. But Walker's back with it. No, and that should have been an easy rebound, but it would have went right through his arms. So McGirt will get the rebound, and he's running back with it, the Daleville, Alabama native. 3-point shot off the mark by Victor Hunt. Oh, that's a turnover, so McGirt will get the steal. He tries to advance it, but McNeil couldn't handle the ball. McGirt with a nice fake. And number 1, Hornsby, gets it to go. The Enterprise native, so he gets to live at the house and go to college. Oh, and a steal there. I believe that was Wilson ended up with it. McGirt for 3, won't go. It's 16-12 Bishop State, inside 10 minutes to go in the half. Both teams with mostly substitutions on the floor now, so giving the starters a rest, but still getting the production, which is the best kind of production. Enterprise doing a good job at a 9 penetration. And they get a shot clock violation. So a couple turnovers in a row there, forced by the Enterprise Boll Eagles. So nice job. That's what you want from your bench players. Come in and play tough D. Don't worry about fouling. Just D it up, and that's what they're doing. Ooh, well, and it was in and out, and that was Hornsby. And I know he wanted it. That would be a big one, but it's just off. Inside 9 minutes to go. 4-point ball game. Bishop gets it around the perimeter. They can't get it inside, but they finally do. And that's number 4, Ford. Oh, and a bad pass by Enterprise, so Bishop State does a nice job to force turnover. And McGurk's going to call a timeout for the Boll Weevils. So with 8:36 to go, it's Bishop 18, Enterprise 12. So we're back after the timeout. It's 18-12. Bishop State leading the Boll Weevils of Enterprise. Oh, and an errant pass. So good defense by Enterprise will give them the ball back. They try to work it down low, but they end up turning it over. Just not a very good decision overall. Bishop works it in, and that's a nice basket there. That's number 45, Boykins. So Hunt's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. And that foul's going to be on Ford. Won't go. But he'll get that one to go. So he works on that lead a little bit. It's 20-13. Wow, a lot of speed. And a big dunk right there by Bishop State. And that's Anthony Chambers with a nice assist from number 30. That's Glover. He was going 100 miles an hour down there. And some good defense right now from Bishop State. It's giving them some offensive output. That's a 9-point lead from Bishop. Looks like coach from Enterprise is going to look to get the starting 5 back in. A good job by the Bishop State reserves coming in and playing tough defense and forcing some turnovers right there. Providing a little excitement with a slam dunk. Well, out of control in the paint, but luckily able to get it back out. And Ford tries to get in position, but pass is just a little off the mark. McGraw is in a hurry. He gets it up and puts a little touch on it. Well, that's Mark McGraw. He's having a pretty nice night so far. Well, that's all Ford with a nice offensive rebound and a nice move to get 2 points. As we see the Bishop State Wildcats substitute their starting 5 back in, or at least get them ready to be substituted back in. Under 6 minutes to go. Hamilton gets back over to Cope. Cope to Carl Johnson Jr. Hamilton with a long 3. Oh, baby. And that one was from downtown. A big three-pointer. They needed that one, too. It's 24-18. Oh! And that's going to be off the mark. So we'll see Bishop State make their big subs, bring in 5 new guys. Or it was really the 5 old guys. Oh, and try to do really too much dribbling right there. And you know Morton, he's going to put it in. He's having a big night. Oh, to McGraw. Very nice move by McGraw. He's keeping him in it right now. Well, it's 26-20, just inside 5 minutes to go. They're running it back and forth. It's been a very entertaining game. Ooh, and a big shot there by Andrews. That's Travis Andrews. Extending that lead to 8 points. Patterson tries to find McGraw, and he travels. Yeah, he just kind of cuffed it when he was going around that guy. So Bishop's going to bring it down. Morton tries to get in position down there, but won't do. Wright finds it. Gets it back out to Lacey. As the shot clock was expiring, they got one off. So they do a good job of being patient and finding somebody open. Inside 4 minutes to play, 8-point lead by Bishop State over the Boll Weevils of Enterprise. Hamilton gets inside and gets in the paint, but it won't go. But Carl Johnson Jr. is in the right spot, gets it to Patterson. He tries a 3, won't go. Ooh, and they're letting him play down there. Carl Johnson Jr. tries a 3, won't go. But Morton comes out with it. Ooh, and McGraw with a nice block. I believe he wasn't really aware of where he was at or who was around him. So Lacey will take it out. Right with a shot fake. Gets it stolen from him by Cope. Cope gets it up to Hamilton. Oh, and another turnover by Enterprise. They're getting them in good position. They're just turning the ball over. Ooh, and a nice pass. Yeah, that's a charge. So Enterprise will be back with it. So Carl Johnson gets it down to McGraw. Back over to Cope. Can't quite get it to go tonight. And it's a travel, so he'll be back with Enterprise. So 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. McGraw gets in the paint. And they finally call a foul down low. So they're going to say that was on Wright, number 22. So McGraw have 2 big free throws. So he makes it a 7-point game. Bishop on top still. Morton. And they tie it up. So it's going to be with Enterprise. So another good good job by Enterprise. McGirt over to Patterson. Patterson gets in the paint, but McGraw mishandles it, and I know he's sick about it because he was in position. And Morton traveled, yeah. He was trying to get in there a little too aggressively and fought with it. But he's had a good night tonight. So Hamilton surveyed the situation. Fires up a three. He had made a long one before, so taking a heat check. Almost a minute to go until halftime. And that's off the mark. McGirt will have it. He looks up, gets it to Johnson. He gets in the paint and finishes very nicely. So that's Carl Johnson Jr. Morton for three, and he drains it, and he's got the hot hand tonight. Well, that's Chance Morton. 20 seconds to go. Still 8-point game. Ooh, McGirt, nice move, creates some space. Can't make it go. 6 seconds. What a nice pass, get it up. Referee was in the way. So, we're going to take it to halftime after a very good first half. It's going to be Bishop 31, Boll Weevils 23. All right, and we're back here in the second half after a fantastic first half. Bishop State's up by 8, 31-23, and they'll have the ball here to start the second. Lacey with it. That's Morton for three, and he nails it. He's having a big night tonight. That's Chance Morton. So they go up by 11, their biggest lead of the night. Woo, big block there by Morton. And still Morton continues to have things his way. So Carl Johnson Jr. gets it over to Patterson. And that's a shot clock violation. And it just looked like he wasn't even trying to shoot it. So, I'm sure the coach isn't very pleased with that, but Bishop State probably enjoyed it, and they're back with it. Ooh, and that's a jump ball. So it'll be with Enterprise. That was, I believe, Mark McGraw there blocking that one. So Cope gets over to Hamilton. McGraw sets the pick. Hamilton shoots one. It looked good. It was off the front of the rim, though. No speed on it. Wright fires one up. Morton for three. He won't go. Wow, Wright really getting physical down there, but he'll be fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. So that's on McGraw. Wright drains it. Go up by 12. And they go up by 13, 36-23. So Enterprise really need to do something right now. Carl Johnson Jr. going real fast. And one. So a nice basket by Johnson. He's from Seal, Alabama, so I'll guess that he went to Russell County. Makes that one. Oh, that was a big play. They needed that. Gets them back to a 10-point game. That couldn't have come at a bigger time here for the Boll Weevils. 18 minutes to go and a half. Still a long way to go for them to come back. And here they are with a turnover. They get it ahead to Johnson. He gets it up. So Johnson with 5 points here in two possession. So they're back within 8. So it happened just like that. Ooh, he's lucky a foul wasn't called right there. He really kind of overstepped his boundary. And they work it in to Wright. Oh, and a block right there by McGraw. So Patterson throws it up to Cope, and he can fly with the alley-oop. And it's a 6-point game, 36-30. Very nice. With some momentum here. And Bishop wants a timeout to kind of cool things off a little bit. So it went from a 13-point game to a 6-point game just like that with 17:22 to go. So after a nice run right there by Enterprise, they cut it down to a 6-point lead. And Cope going over there into the bench trying to get it. So they're really amped up right now, trying to get the intensity. Well, 17-21, it's 36-30. Enterprise down by 6, trying to mount a comeback here. Morton coughs it up, and Johnson Jr. is back with it. He can't get it to go. And that's going to be over the back on Patterson. So Bishop will be back with it after a turnover. Morton snags a rebound, and he puts it back in. So Morton continues to build on a huge night. Very impressive. So McGraw working down low, trying to get position, but Chambers denying him. Patterson over to Cope. He's wide open. He can shoot, and he does. Drains the three. So Cope and Johnson Jr. have teamed up to make this comeback. And it is now a 5-point game. And another steal. Oh, and they leave it just short, and that's costly. They could have made it a 2-point game. And they're going to say travel. And I disagree with that call. You know, he was still bouncing the ball right there. Did you see that? So, wow, they give it to Bishop State regardless. Take it out. They get it over to Andrews. He takes his time. Chambers with it. Try to work it to Morton, which is a good idea. Chambers down there, Morton down there fighting for the rebound, but McGraw comes out with it. Oh, and Johnson Jr. gets it taken away from him. And Hamilton steals it and puts it up for 2. So the New Iberia, Louisiana native makes this a 3-point game. So the Boll Weevils come out in the second half with a flurry. And Bishop State is going to take another timeout with 15 minutes to go in the second half. So back here after a timeout by the Bishop State. I'll wait for that clock to tick down after the timeout. There we go. I got that buzzer. So now we're back with it. 15:05 to go in the game. 38-35 Bishop State. Was a 13-point lead by the Wildcats, but the Enterprise Boll Weevils have stormed back. Oh, and a nice shot there by Chambers. Well, that's Anthony Chambers. Cope gets it to Johnson. He's a shot fake. Hamilton tried to drive. It's denied. Kind of a lazy pass right there. It gets picked off by number 30, Glover. He's done a good job backing up Lacey tonight at the point guard position. He's got a lot of speed, real shifty. Well, Morton puts up a shot. And it'll go. So Morton still hard to stop tonight. He's got to have close to 20 so far. Oh, and they leave McGraw wide open, and he makes him pay. Oh, and Morton still, he does the right things with the ball in his hand. He knows when to do the fakes, when to be there. He's having a great game. Puts this team up by 7 points, 44-37. A lot more offense here in the second half than we had in the first. Carl Johnson Jr. gets down to McGraw, and he gets fouled pretty hard. So that'll be on number 15, Chambers. So McGraw will go to the line to shoot some free throws. Misses the first. And makes a second, so cuts it down to a 6-point game. 13:20 to go in the game. Oh, and Hamilton steals it. He gets up to Patterson on the run. And the fans are saying he hit the backboard, should be interference, but it wasn't such. It did hit the backboard, but I don't think that gets you the call. Well, a nice rebound by Cope. He gets good position on Morton, who's usually never out of position. So Patterson gets in the paint. Ooh, and a nice job by Patterson. So we're back to a 4-point game. 12:19 to go. And Chambers, I think he's out of breath or had some kind of something happen. Maybe he's got a nosebleed or something like that. So they'll get him fixed up. And we'll be back with it here. Walker with a three. Drains it. Excuse me, that's Glover. Terrell Glover knocking down a big three-pointer to extend this lead to 7 points here. Getting late in the game. McGraw directing traffic. Gets over to Cope. Pass up a three-pointer. Tries to get it down to McGraw. Bounces off him. Bounces back. And he gets the shot. Well, very nice job there from Cope. Three-point attempt, no good. Oh, and they somehow come out with it, and Wright puts it up. Here comes McGraw. Oh, and had a nice move in mind, but kind of got tripped up. And Cope does a good job to stay in front of his man, and he misses. But it'll be off Cope anyway, and it'll stay with Bishop. On a quick pass to Morton, and he puts it in. No surprise there. Well, that's Chance Morton with a big night, and Glover steals the ball but can't control himself and runs out of bounds. Cope gets it out to Hamilton. Bryant Wilson tries to post up. Can't. Oh, and Morton with a rebound, but he's trying to take it from him on the backside, but no good. That's Trevon McNeil, a little bit of hustle. Right. With the wrong shot. Cope slows it down. That's going to be on Wright, I believe. Yeah, definitely. So we Patterson taking it out. Bryant Wilson post up. And loses the ball, but it'll stay with Enterprise. Bryant Wilson working it down low. Nice spin move. Gets it up. Won't go in, though. Well, it's out to a 9-point lead for Bishop after Enterprise had really put together a nice flurry to get back in this thing. I think they were in within 3 at one point. And Wright can't get it to go. Get it up to Cope. That's going to be off forward. They'll stay with Enterprise. 8:53 to go in the half. Cope hands it off. Ooh, oh, and it's just in and out. So Glover is back and forth with Boykins. Get it down to right. Back to Ford. He puts it up, and it won't get him, but Bryant Wilson gets the rebound. And Enterprise is back with it. That's Marquise Hornsby getting it to Cope. Oh, and a lazy pass. Gets broken up there by number 45, Boykins. And Glover with some nice moves. Oh, and Glover. A lot of speed on this Bishop team. Really on both teams. Hornsby for three. Won't go. He'll stay with Bishop. So that'll send number 13, Barry, to the line. That's Darren Berry. And misses. Misses both. So Darren Berry, 0 for 2. Patterson gets it in for a nice basket. So that's Tremaine Peterson. Gets this a 7-point game, 51-44, just inside 7 minutes to play. So Ford gets to the hole, gets it taken from him, but it'll stay with Bishop. Glover puts one up. It's off. Ford gets offensive rebound, though, and does a good job to get fouled. So he'll go to the free throw line. This will be Billy Ford shooting two. He makes it. And he makes them. So it's back out to a 9-point lead for Bishop, 53-44. Enterprise needs some buckets here with 6:30 to go. Oh, and it's just off. Bryant Wilson with a big rebound. He's dangerously close to traveling. And that's a nice block there for Bishop State. Happened too fast. Really couldn't tell exactly which one of them got it, but one of them got it. Glover. Woo, Glover with some nifty moves. Wide open. Glover drains it. Well, that's his second three of the night, and he makes it a 12-point game, so that was a big-time three. So Enterprise is going to want to take a timeout. With 5:41, they are down by 12. After that Enterprise timeout, Carl Johnson Jr. will take it out and give it to McGirt. Can't get it to go. So Bishop with a 12-point lead, 56-44, 5.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Right, gets in good position down there. Makes it a 14-point game. So Bishop getting hot at the right time. And they don't have their main producer on the floor either. Morton, Chance Morton, he's not on the floor right now. So getting all this done without him, which is a bonus. So Glover doing some dribbling, almost loses it. McGirt's going to get it. I believe he's going to be fouled on the floor. No, they're going to say he was shooting. So he will shoot two, and they need these two. So that foul's going to be on number 20, Phelan Carter. McGirt drains one. So McGirt makes them both. They're going to that full court press again. Trying to force turnover. And they force a long pass. They get settled back in their half court set. Working it down low, and a nice move right there. Yeah, and that's going to be offensive interference. Morton got up there a little too early. So after that turnover, it'll be Bo Weevils with a chance to try to cut into this 12-point lead. McGirt gets double teamed. Hamilton for three. Inside of 4 minutes to play. Ooh, and a nice steal there. That's McGraw, and they're falling all over for it. So Lacey will have it. Ooh, and he traveled bad. With 3:40 to go. Bo Weevils down by 12. They need some shots here. Carl Johnson Jr. for three. Would not go. Gets it back, though. Goes to the rack. Oh, and it'll be a foul on Bishop State. So Carl Johnson Jr. will go to the line to shoot two. Makes the first. And the second. So 2 big free throws right there from Carl Johnson Jr. They needed him bad. Ooh, Morton hauls in a high pass. Lacey goes to the cup. About took the ref out. It's not going to get you any favors. That's going to be on McGraw. And Lacey off with the first one. But makes the second one. So he'll be fouled. Carl Johnson Jr. will shoot 2 shots. Try to get this lead back to single digits. And he makes one of them. Ooh, and Chambers with a nice move, reverse layup. Man. Hamilton for 3. McGraw traveled. So they'll bring Victor Hunt in. 2:42 to go in the game. 61-49. Lacey finds Wright. "13 seconds on the shot clock." Yeah, that's a charge. That'll be a turnover for Bishop. Oh, and he tried to save it, but McGraw gets it. Oh, and Lacey will come out with it. And Chambers is running. And he dunks it. So Enterprise is going to want to take a timeout with 1:54 to go. It's 63-49 Bishop. So after that timeout, we're back with it here. Enterprise taking it out. Is it at Patterson? They're going to hurry up. McGirt for 3. Won't go. They're trying to fish it out of there. That's Enterprise ball. Yeah, he dribbled it out. So that's a turnover on Morton, a rare mistake from him. It's McGirt into Patterson. Ooh, nice move by Patterson. And they're working hard to get a turnover. They're just Bishop State looks good against that press. Ooh. So Bishop's taking a 14-point lead here with about a minute to go. I think they've about got this thing under wraps. But both teams have played well tonight. It's been a great game. Well played. So they're going to go ahead and foul. They're going to go to the free throw line. It'll be Travis Andrews at the free throw line. 49.8 seconds to go. 14-point lead for the Bishop State Wildcats. No good. Well, he lost a high one to McGirt. Patterson with it. No good. So Bishop wants a timeout. So after that timeout, they brought in number 44, Bernard Stewart, for Bishop State. And a lot of other people. Travel. So McGirt takes it out. They're probably going to jack up a three here pretty soon. Ooh, they don't get to. So Bishop will go to the line once again to shoot two. And it gets in. And that one doesn't. So the clock at 16 seconds. Woo, Johnson Jr. So McGraw will foul. So it'll send Ramon Walker to the line. That'll be no good. So that'll pretty much do it from here. So after a good game tonight, it was Bishop State 66, the Weevils 54, and this is a good game tonight. Both these teams got a lot of talent, and we really enjoyed doing it and hope to come back and do it again. So for Ian Evans on camera and Cliff Nyman doing the commentating, hope to see you again on the Scenic Sports Network.